When we talk about viral internet entertainment, few categories grab attention as much as Karen versus police moments. They are dramatic, chaotic, and sometimes even darkly hilarious. This compilation isn't just about one isolated freakout, it's about the top 10 unforgettable encounters where Karens went head-to-head with the law and ended up on the losing side. Each moment tells its own story, but together they form a pattern: entitlement challenged, arrogance exposed, and authority restored. Let's begin with number 10. In this clip, a Karen was pulled over for speeding in a school zone. Instead of handing over her license, she rolled her window halfway and screamed about harassment. The officer stayed calm, explaining the seriousness of her violation, but she continued shouting until backup arrived. By the time she was escorted out of her car, her rant had become a lecture on freedom, all while parents and kids stood on the sidewalk watching. Moving to number 9, we find a woman outside a supermarket, refusing to leave after being asked multiple times. When officers arrived, she insisted she was the victim, claiming no one else had to follow the rules. As police led her away, shoppers clapped, creating one of the most satisfying endings to a viral clip. Number 8 took place at an airport check-in counter, where a passenger refused security screening and told officers she was too important to wait. Her shouting echoed through the terminal until she was escorted into a holding room, her protests caught on dozens of cell phones. These first few entries show a clear theme: Karens believe they are above the rules, but when challenged by police, their confidence quickly unravels. What hooks audiences isn't just the shouting or drama, it's the inevitability of the outcome. The louder the protest, the harder the fall. That pattern is why these clips dominate the internet. We know what's coming, but we can't look away as the meltdown unfolds step by step. The countdown continues, and each story grows more bizarre and dramatic. At number 7, a woman blocked traffic at a busy intersection, refusing to move her car after a fender bender. When police tried to mediate, she shouted that the other driver didn't deserve to share the road. The officers gave her multiple chances to move, but her tantrum ended with her car being towed as she screamed. At number 6, we head to a public park, where a woman called police on a group of teenagers for being too loud. Ironically, when officers arrived, she turned her anger on them, demanding they ticket the kids for laughing. The officers explained no law was broken, but when she wouldn't back down, she was cited for disorderly conduct instead. The irony of her calling for help and leaving with a citation made the video explode online. Number 5 showcases a mall incident during the holiday season. A Karen refused to follow store policies, screaming at staff and knocking items off shelves. When officers arrived, she accused them of targeting her because she was white. The officers handled it calmly, escorting her out as she continued to shout, but the clip became infamous for her over-the-top performance. Number 4 brought the drama to a fast food drive-thru, where a woman refused to pull forward after being told her order would take longer. She blocked the line, yelled at employees, and when police intervened, she shouted about her rights to cheeseburgers. As absurd as it sounds, the video became a meme, with millions laughing at her meltdown. By the time we reach the top 3, the stakes are higher. Number 3 took place on a flight, where a passenger refused to wear her seatbelt. The police were called to remove her from the plane, and she screamed so loudly that other passengers cheered when she was escorted out. At number 2, a woman in a suburban neighborhood blocked construction workers, claiming they needed her personal approval to do their job. When police told her otherwise, she shouted insults until she was handcuffed. These escalating incidents show why people love compilations. Each entry builds suspense, each freakout more ridiculous than the last, and every single one ends with the same result: cops maintaining order while Karens spiral into chaos. Finally, we arrive at number 1, the most legendary Karen versus police moment, a clip that has been replayed millions of times across social media. It happened in a shopping plaza parking lot. A woman parked in a handicapped space without a placard, and when police asked her to move, she exploded. She accused them of harassment, demanded their badge numbers, and even tried to film them back, yelling that she would have their jobs. But the officers remained calm, giving her every chance to simply comply. As the standoff dragged on, bystanders gathered, phones recording, until the inevitable climax. She was arrested for disorderly conduct and trespassing. The cheers from the crowd, combined with the look of shock on her face, made the video an instant internet classic. This #1 moment captures everything that makes Karen vs. Cop videos so compelling: the entitlement, the denial, the arrogance, and the dramatic fall. But beyond the entertainment value, these compilations reveal something deeper about human behavior in the digital age. They show how entitlement crumbles when met with accountability, and how arrogance becomes comedy when filmed in high definition. Police officers, often criticized in other contexts, are seen here as patient, professional, and sometimes even humorous as they handle outbursts with calm authority. For viewers, it's a cathartic release, justice delivered in real time, with no script and no actors, just real people exposing themselves to the world. These top 10 moments are not just clips, they're cautionary tales, reminders that the rules apply to everyone, and that shouting won't change the law. In the end, the compilation teaches a simple but powerful lesson: respect goes further than entitlement, and accountability always wins. That's why millions keep watching, sharing, and laughing, because in every Karen vs. Cop moment, we see a story we already know the ending to, but we love watching it play out again and again.